Yeah, thanks a lot for the very warm welcome. And it's actually a great gift to stand on stage here today and tell you a bit more about cleanup and about what we do. And this entire company was built on one specific belief that I think connects every single human being and actually every animal and us in this room. And that is the core belief that we live our best lives on a clean planet. I don't think anyone ever went to a beach and said, oh my God, it's great that it's dirty here. We go to the beach and say, this is a pristine place. I can relax here. You don't sit at the bus stop and think, oh, great that there's cigarette butts all around. No, you say it's like, I love living in a clean environment. And that is something that connects cultures, that connects every single person on the planet, because no matter where you live, this is true. Now the question is, if that is true, how can it be that there's 11 million tons of plastic flowing into the oceans every single year? How is it possible that so much trash is being burned under the open sky that it has clear and measurable impact on climate change? Up to 9% of CO2 equivalent emissions come from the open burning of all kinds of waste. How is it possible that people still live on massive landfills in the world and make a living from collecting that? In the end, all that is true because there's a second global truth, and that is money makes the world go round. The problem with waste is that, as the name says, it's not valuable. It's trash. Yeah? Nobody wants to have it. We throw stuff away because it has no value for us anymore. It doesn't have a lot of value for anyone out there. And if I could snap my finger and say every single piece of packaging is now worth €5, do you believe we would still have plastic pollution? I don't think so. Because what is valuable, we keep. Now the question is, why is waste value or invaluable? Right? The topic of today, circular economy. Let's take resources, turn them into something new. It's a resource. Well, that's only true for currently roughly 9% of plastics. 91% of plastics is not recyclable for a whole different sets of reasons. A, it can be technically non-recyclable, meaning that it is made out of aluminum plastic compounds, and you can't get them apart anymore in recycling. Number two is, well, virgin material, the original material, is cheaper than materials made from waste. It is cheaper to produce a new ton of HDPE, which is used for shampoo bottles, than using old stuff and recycle that back into that same bottle. Well, it is a capitalistic society, so we're going to choose the cheaper option. And number three is, in some areas where plastic can be recycled, it is still not economical to use that, because if you live in a remote island in Indonesia, call it Bangka Island, even the highest recyclable material like a PET water bottle or a glass bottle is not valuable enough to be transported to mainland, turned into new material, and then be recycled and enter the circular economy again, but it is dumped. So now that we understand the three issues, we can look at solutions. Solution number one is obviously designed for a circular economy. It starts at the beginning of the life cycle. If my product is not made to be turned into a new product, it never will be. So we need to design better. Second point, we need to have economies of scale in recycling as well. Only if we bring the cost down and the quality up of waste materials will we see a true circular economy. And lastly, the thing is that we need to give all trash value, and that is something that we can do already today. The other 2 points need innovation, they need time. But giving plastic waste a value today is absolutely possible. And that is what we do with CleanHub. We actually tackle the problem from 3 sides, and it's a pleasure to announce here on stage that we just launched our beta for a packaging assessment for especially the cosmetics industry, which will help you understand better how to produce packaging for the circular economy. The second point is that we are thinking about the problem from a scalability side of things. We're building a platform, a two-sided marketplace. On the one hand, we have the brands that need packaging, and on the other hand, We have waste collection companies in Asia, in Africa, and these are local entrepreneurs who we pay to collect plastic waste today. The money comes from the consumer good industry that feel a responsibility to do that. Now, the challenge is, the money is not coming from the brands that might come to your mind right now, but the money comes from small, medium-sized businesses, even mostly from companies that are not directly selling into these markets. It is forward-thinking in smaller companies like Foamy here from Munich, Everdrop, or Share. It's not yet the big consumer good industries who are willing to take responsibility for the plastic waste that they distribute, but this is what we need to have, that we can actually collect that plastic waste. So what we do to change that is we want to bring more and more trust into that market. Because quite frankly, do you trust your local waste management company? With all the news that are around, waste exports, the stuff is not recycled anyway, it goes all into incineration. It's not the industry that enjoys the most trust in the market, to be honest. And this is where we, with CleanHub, come in and build tracking technology. We build a compliance platform that makes sure that we can actually prove for every single ton of plastic that we claim that we collect, that we have the data to support that. And that's what we do to bring more and more trust into the market and bring the reasons of not acting on that problem down. And in the end, the question for everybody here is, what can I do as a consumer to stop that madness, right? It's like, it's very easy to feel very small and feel like I don't have any grip on that problem because it's on such a massive scale that it is impossible to do anything against it. And there are a good amount of options that you can do. And doing the German waste management industry a favor here, separate your trash. That's probably one of the most important things that you can do, because then you don't contaminate the waste streams and there's an actual chance that trash can become a product again. The second thing is avoid unnecessary single-use plastic, because in the end, the product that we don't buy is the most sustainable one. Now, I'm not an illusionist. I don't believe in a utopia where we live in a perfect world. We will continue to consume. We need to eat, we need to entertain ourselves, etc. But if you buy, you as the consumer are the driving force behind change, because you vote with your dollar every single day on which business model is supposed to survive, what future you want to see, and who will strive in that new world. And we try to make it easy for you to spot those brands, because the ones that do support cleanup, and this is where I'm actually running a shameless advertising for ourselves, if you have a product that has these 3 waves on the packaging, you can rest assured that this company is actively financing waste collection before it enters the oceans. And that's in the end the important piece, because you have a choice, you can do something about the problem. In the end, if we don't have working waste management, there will be no circular economy, because all the raw materials have to come from somewhere, and we need to provide waste management to 2 billion people out there that are currently not connected to such a system. And that's in the end what we're in business for. So if you support brands that support cleanup, you have an active choice, or you have an active role in fighting plastic pollution. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.